What would happen if I switched over every product and service in my life to the Google version for the day? It's 2024 and Google has now been quietly building out their ecosystem for like a decade, to the point where the products not only look cohesively aesthetic, but they also work together really, really well. So in today's video, I want to put that to the test and see what features are unique to just the Pixel ecosystem and how Google has built out their product lineup, what could be better. We're in the West Village of New York right now. It's actually kind of a nice day out, a little humid, but we're going to start with the Pixel 7a, the Pixel Watch 2, and the Pixel Buds. That's going to be like the central hub. So these are the Pixel Buds. They're color matched, and they're actually one of my favorite pairs of headphones on the market because they fit in super easily and nicely to your ear. And they have transparency mode, so you can still hear your surroundings. So when I'm commuting or something and I want to be aware of where I am, they're great. And they automatically pair to the Pixel phone, showing the battery life. They have Find My support, so you can easily track them if you think you've lost them. And what's interesting, and this is going to be a thread line that will keep popping up, is they also work with other Android phones. So it's not Pixel exclusive, but if you have a Pixel device, they definitely look like they're part of like the same family group. This is one of the first areas where I'm noticing a difference. I'm an avid Spotify user for all of my music and podcasts, but Google's alternative is YouTube Music, which is actually decently good, but I feel like the recommendation algorithm is worse than Spotify, and it also is at the disadvantage of not having all of my listening history to know the types of artists and musicians that I like. We're officially right near Rockefeller Center, which is one of the best parts of New York during the holiday times, but also one of the busiest parts of New York during the holiday times. And a perfect example of where we could use Google Maps. Google Maps is really interesting and unique because it shows you which part of the subway to get out on, depending on where you want to go next. And that's a feature that I would love other Maps apps to integrate. For many years, Google was like a software-first company that licensed out Android to all the different OEMs, and then they really tried to focus on creating the Pixel version of that for two reasons. The first is to kind of show an example of how they hope their software is used, and then the second is when you're only creating the software and not the hardware, you're pretty limited, but when you also create the hardware, you can do a lot more with software. So for example, their camera app is an area where we really see this come alive. Photo processing on this phone is so much better than many other Android phones, even though the camera hardware is actually not as good. The way the photos process in post just brings them alive. The sharpness, the color, it's really, really good. This was one of my favorite products that I tested the entire year. This is the Pixel tablet from Google, and it's really interesting because it's $449. It's the re-entry into the tablet space, but it also docks as like the center of your home setup. So I'm gonna go to my kitchen shortly and show you that. And it also shows us what Google's vision for a tablet situation can be and how Android 14 can thrive on that. So in any application, when you slide up from the bottom, it will pull up a dock of like your most recent apps. And here you can easily toggle a split screen mode, which works so well. Android feels a lot better optimized for this tablet interface than it has felt in the past. This also shows on a broader scale how Google can use software and hardware together. This has the ability to be Chromecasted to, so it will come up as an option on other devices to use it almost as like a display since it's pretty large. And then it fits into the home ecosystem and becomes the hub of that. So I mainly keep the Pixel tablet in the kitchen, and you can hold it like a tablet, and then it just docks right onto the hub magnetically using the port on the back. And once you get the hang of it, it will lock right in. And then it shows a little animation on the display so you know that it's locked in. And it will also transfer the audio from the tablet to the hub. So right now I'm watching a video on the tablet and the audio is coming from the tablet. Then I can just put it right on the dock and the audio will transfer over. I think the most valuable use case of the Pixel tablet though is while cooking, having hands-free timers, like saying, hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes and having it immediately set, or asking, hey Google, how long does salmon need to be cooked for?
Bake salmon at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 11 to 14 minutes.
And immediately getting a very good response. Feels like it fits like the Google mantra of being like a quirky idea that actually works and adds utility, especially for the price of it. It's a pretty decent tablet and a really nice center of the smart home. And speaking of smart home, I also bought these two pieces of tech for this video so we can get like the full extensive Google test. This is the Nest thermostat, Google bought Nest, and this is their Chromecast. Both of them are actually really solid. So the Chromecast is a way to add YouTube and YouTube TV, which Google obviously owns. That's personally my favorite thing that they do. And then the Nest thermostat is an effortlessly beautiful product. It also just looks really clean. Wow, it's like a mirror finish. That's awesome. So the other part of the ecosystem is the exercise aspect. So the Pixel Watch 2 is here. I can start a bike ride, but Google actually acquired Fitbit, and this is complicated because it now is a subscription charge to get access to all the health data, which is something that you don't have in like the other health ecosystems, like the Apple ecosystem or the Samsung ecosystem. You just get all the data, and I don't love the fact that there's like an added charge. The basic data is there, but if you want analysis or anything more significant, it is not only through the Fitbit app, but it's also more expensive. We're gonna go biking right now, even though it's a little bit rainy out, and I'm honestly not the most confident biker in the world. I retaught myself how to ride a bike in the last video, but I'm gonna just do a little bit just to add some data to this and then show you what it looks like and how that all integrates into the Google ecosystem. Workout complete. Almost 2 miles, 32 minutes. I'm gonna hit here and workout, and then I can see active minutes, what zone I was in, and this will all sync to the phone. Ending the night with Pixel 8 Pro video and beautiful New York in the back. This video just showed me how many Google products I use on a daily basis and also how many I've made videos on this year. So if you want to check out a playlist of all those videos, you can click right here or hang out with me in another day in life right here. Thanks so much for watching this one, and I will see you in one of these 2 videos.